Well, I think we're good to hear, aren't we?
Yeah?
We're good to hear, aren't we? Oh, is there?
Thanks, look.
Oh.
Oh no, they didn't shoot me. Yeah, look, public footpath.
Oh, we'll go do the public footpath then.
Yeah, tanks and stuff. They brought me a gun.
Yeah. It's only a camera, mate. Don't panic.
Put the camera, don't shoot. You ain't got a taser, don't worry about it.
Don't tase me, bro. Yeah. On here. No, we're just going up there. Public footpath. Okay. Here's a public footpath which goes all the way up there.
Not recording that, please, sir.
No.
Police.
You call the police, and I'll tell the police what I tell you. It's not against the law to record on a
Right,
public
this
footpath.
is private property.
It's,
You do not have
it's a
permission.
public footpath, mate.
This is private property. You do not have permission to film this camp. Okay, so I'm going to ask you once nicely, then we're going to call the police.
You call the police. and
Okay,
I'll
we'll
tell
do
them
that.
what I tell you. Sorry,
Okay, sir, thank you.
Thank you for your service. We very, very much appreciate it. But no, I won't stop recording.
I think you call that the walk of shame, isn't it?
That's a walk of shame, is that? Ain't scared of a bully with a gun.
Yeah, I've got some pictures of the tank. Don't shoot me, bro.
Huh?
Don't shoot me, bro.
Don't shoot me, bro. You're on with it to learn a lesson today, aren't you?
I'm just going to wander up here for a bit, alright? Give us a shout, yeah?
Calm.
Oh, it's nice in the shade.
It's
isn't it?
lovely in the shade, yeah.
Who's the blue goat? Blue
He
jumper.
just walks all the way down from up there in his quick march. I don't know who he is. None of them identified themselves, so they don't mean right much to us, to tell you the truth.
Well, the guy with the stick's got to be sergeant or
He's a
colour
major,
sergeant or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, he's a major or a sergeant, yeah. access because people are walking up. Not unless it's the wives from the base.
Could be, couldn't it?
More impossible, it's that big a base, like, you know. Having a meeting of minds now, look. We'll wait for the police, thanks very much. Call
Let's
them.
go and check this sign down here.
Yeah. Where, fella?
Yeah, if you go through there,
Yeah.
across the little wooden bridge, you go, well, the road just goes down and
Alright.
around.
So it does lead
And
somewhere, it's
you're
not just
better
nowhere.
off going until you get to the prison wall, yeah?
Alright, I
When
know
you
where
get
I
to
am
the
then.
prison wall,
Yeah.
just do a left, go
Yeah.
down and follow it round.
Yeah, I know where I'm at when I'm at prison wall.
Alright, mate.
Nice one.
Alright,
Cheers,
cheers.
buddy.
There's a park. There you go then. That is over there, not here.
Okay, alright.
Can't slip in the bin.
Okay, alright.
Let me get it clean and simple.
Can we,
Start this off cordially, shall we?
Can I,
How you doing,
can I
mate?
ask why you're filming
Oh,
that?
I just
What
came
is
up
it?
to get a picture of the tank and then...
Yeah, we saw the tank. I was like, quality. So
Well,
just,
it's clearly not the tank that you're trying to film, is it?
Yeah,
Because you're
we'll film
filming
every-
and
Well,
no,
film
we
photographing
literally
people
came
coming
up
in and
here
out of
to do a shot of the tank and then go. And before we even got the chance to take the shot, some guy came out to us and said, oi, oi, blah, 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 this, that and the other. So,
but I'm sure you can understand in the current climate,
What
with all-
current
with all-
climate's that?
with all that's going on.
all this warm weather we're having.
No, come on, let's be sensible. In the current climate with all that's going on, military establishments are pretty cautious with people appearing to be filming and look, what are you filming now?
You at
But
the
it's only-
moment.
But why? But
You're talking to us.
This is what we don't understand. Is what you're not here to look at the tank now, are you?
Well, no,
No.
because we got approached by half a dozen guys
This melt here.
and a guy with a big stick.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well,
It-
so
it-
here we go. Our colleagues are here now, and they'll.
Well,
come
I'll tell
and,
them what I tell you, right? I'm going to stop filming and...
Basically,
we can
how
go away.
it works is if we're on the public access, then we
can
can
do
take
that.
pictures of
Yeah,
anything we see from that
no one's
public
telling
access.
you you can't. We're
Yeah.
inquisitive as to know why you want to take photos of our entrance and exit points to camp, our civilian vehicles
That was
coming
that
in
was
and out.
that's
Oh, yeah.
what's the word for it? Sorry. That wasn't the reason we were here. I wanted to just take some video of the tank. That's all I came to do. So it's.
But that is what you're
sorry,
doing
there's
now.
a word I'm looking for and I can't think of
But
it.
that is what you're doing now, isn't it? Because you are now.
Well, only because we were approached. If we weren't approached, then we would have buggered off up there and gone back to town. So when they said they called the police, if we leg it, then it's going to look like we've done something wrong. Do you see what I mean?
We're not hiding.
So why are you still filming then?
They said they were ringing the police.
They have rung the police, we can see that. So what, but if you came to film the tank, which you've explained, which isn't an unreasonable thing to do, why are you still filming?
I need those flashing lights. How you doing?
Tell me what it is you've got cameras for.
Yeah, we come up here to up the public path there.
Yeah.
Just want to take some shots of the tank, and then we were going to go back up that way and back into town. We didn't get a chance to take a picture of the tank. Some guy came out and started shouting at us, and another couple of guys came out, and we're like, well, we're standing on a public footpath, so...
Okay, so when you've been asked what you're doing, why can't you tell them?
Well, I've told them about... How many times have I told them? I'm
Five
taking a
times
picture of
now?
the tank.
Yeah.
I'm going to take some of your details, mate.
No,
if that's
you
all
No,
right.
you're not.
Need the reg number
All
of
right.
this car.
What, our reg?
You're not.
Yeah, feel free.
No. Fortunately, you're not. What law have I broken?
We're outside the Army
And
barracks.
This is public.
You
What
do,
law,
you do
what law
realise
have I
that
broken?
you do realise that it's heightened terror threat at the moment as
Terror
well.
threat?
Yeah,
All right.
there's a heightened terror threat.
On an army barracks?
Flipping hell, I think they've got enough guns
Yeah,
in
I
there
think
to
they've got
defend
enough-
themselves.
There's a man with a blooming rifle stack there, you know what I mean? I don't think somebody's going to terrorise this place.
So why you're here
Right,
to
what's your name,
take
mate?
I
pictures
don't
of
give
the
my
tank?
details, sorry.
So you're refusing to give me your details?
I don't have to give you my details.
No. We don't.
On request.
I'm not obliged to give
in,
it.
in a case like this,
We're
a
decli-
request.
we're declining your request.
That's fine, but just as long as you're aware that it could mean that if you refuse to give me your details, we can arrest you for that to ascertain your details.
You can't.
You can't. You've got
There's
to,
no
you've got
there's
to
no
have-
criminal offence committed here.
No, you have to
We
have
don't
crim-
know your purposes of being here. The
I
fact that
told
you're not
you
giving me
for the
details-
100th time we came to take a picture of the
Yeah.
tank and we didn't get a chance to do that. We were approached. They said they'll call in the police. So rather than run, we waited for
Can I
you
get
guys
your
to come
number,
out of
please?
respect
Yes,
for
mate,
you.
it's 14308.
Right, thank you.
So rather than bugger off, we thought we'd better wait because otherwise you're going to be chasing us all around town trying to find out what we're
Okay.
doing. So
No,
that's
I
why
get
we
that.
waited.
I get that you're very agitated at the minute.
I'm not
Well, yeah,
agitated.
because I'm being questioned about something that's perfectly
He's not
legal.
agitated neither.
At the minute, if you were to give me your details, we can run the
I
checks we
don't give
need as long as
anybody.
there's nothing
I
flagged
don't
up.
give anybody my details.
No.
No one. Least of
I'm
all
only
government
obliged to
officials.
if I've broken the law.
If I've
No,
broken
we
the law,
haven't
you've
broken
got
any
the
laws.
authority over me. If I haven't broken the law, that's it.
Okay, but
Okay.
just to confirm, so you know that if you're to provide me your details, we can run the checks that we need to know to deem whether there's any concerns against
You can arrest me, you can speak to my solicitor, and then you can live scan me, and that's the only way you're going to get my details.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you're refusing to give us your
I
details.
don't have to give you
I
details.
don't have to.
I'm not refusing because I don't have to. I'm not obliged
Not
to.
obliged to.
At the minute, your behaviour is deemed as suspicious. You're
Suspicion
in
is
an area
not a
where
crime.
security
Suspicion is a matter of
heightened.
opinion.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay,
it?
well, I'm
You
deeming
might
this
find it suspicious, he
suspicious.
might not find it suspicious.
As are these gentlemen here.
Are we
So
being detained at this moment in time?
you're, for the minute, yeah, you're going to be
So
detained
what
for
crime do you
purposes with.
suspect me of committing?
At the minute, you're not going to give me your name.
So
That's not a crime.
is it?
If I'm
What
asking for
crime
your
do you
details,
suspect me
And
of
I'm not
committing
obliged to
detain
I
give
me?
don't know because I don't
You
know the
don't know.
purposes of why you're
So-
here.
Am I being detained or am I not being
At the minute,
detained?
yes, you're not
Well,
to move.
what crime do you suspect me
Until
of
we can
committing?
ascertain your details.
That's not a
That's
crime.
not a crime.
If
If
you
I'm not obliged to
crime
give
do
them
you
to you,
suspect
then there
me
can't
of
be a crime,
committing?
can it? It can't be a reason to detain someone if they're not giving you their details, which they're not obliged to give you.
in order for
That doesn't
us
make
to
any sense
clarify
whatsoever.
who you are,
You don't have
and
to
whether-
clarify who I
in a
am.
situation like this, at the minute you're posing a
That's
threat.
why we live in a free country.
We can't guarantee why you're here.
It's just a bit concerning for us and from our point of view.
Your concerns don't trump my rights.
Which is
rights.
yeah.
There are some-
Exactly.
there
So
are
your
also some
concerns
general
and these
concerns here.
gentlemen's concerns don't trump my rights at all. You know, I haven't broken any laws. We're not going to break any laws. Leave us be.
You've obviously been at the
Literally.
BAE place as well as today. Is that
I
right?
don't know.
No?
I don't know.
No? Or are you taking photos up there?
I don't know.
No? Okay. Just very suspicious behaviour, that's all.
Yeah, well,
Public
it's really
photography
good that we
can't
live
be
in
suspicious
England.
if it's legal. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like saying if I'm
driving.
driving down the road at 30 miles an hour, you can think that's suspicious because I'm doing 30 and a 30. It can't be, can it? So taking
what
pictures
we're-
in a public
what we're
place
deeming as
can't be
suspicious
suspicious.
is the fact that not only are we asking you about this, you're very irate on the situation. You're now
Yeah,
refusing
because
to
you're
give your
questioning me
details.
about doing something that's perfectly legal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a bit
questioning
cheesed
you
off.
about your details. so
And
that
I'm
we
not
can
going to
run
give you my
checks.
details.
No.
For what reasonable suspicion of what crime?
At the minute, the way you are videoing, you're saying that it's
Is it illegal to video from a public place?
At the minute,
No, it isn't.
That's
And the
not-
only
you should
reason
get
we're
your
still
super- you
here
should get your
is because
supervisor
they
out
called you, and to stop you from chasing us up and down the hill and back into town, we waited for you out of respect. Otherwise, you'd be chasing us all over. Because all we're going to do is go straight up there and straight back into town.
Yeah.
We checked all the maps, we've checked all the, rights of way and all this. So we know where we're allowed to be. We're allowed to be here, so therefore we're allowed to photograph it. Anything we can see from a public space, we can take a picture of.
can you deem how this
response
would
we
be
get-
perceived as being suspicious?
No, because it's
You can't
legal.
understand.
It's legal.
If it's legal, how can it be suspicious?
Okay, but from anybody looking at what you're doing, they don't know until you've explained that you're aiming for this tank. All they can see is you going around here.
That's what God gave us a voice for. So they can ask.
Did you at any point ask for permission to film
I
it?
don't need to ask for permission.
in a
It's
public place.
No, but do you
Because
not
if,
think...
alright then, so why have you got CCTV cameras all over your police station? I don't agree to that, even though it's a public place.
We haven't got them. We've got them.
You haven't got
CCTV cameras,
yeah.
but they're in a town centre. They're for the purposes of anything
Public, yeah.
to
But I
keep
don't agree
safety.
with it. That's suspicious to me, is that? You'll have to take them down and stop it.
Well, it's the whole point of the photography thing is the fact that CCTV didn't come into use until the 70s. Cameras have been around since the 1800s. So it's the reason that photography is allowed, that they're allowed to put CCTV cameras up, because it's, you know, when you're in public, there's no expectation of privacy. Because it's like if you're in your, say you're in your back garden and I can see it from a public space, I can take a picture of it.
If I went on the other side of that gate,
Not that I would,
then, yeah,
to
by
do-
all means, you know what I mean. That's
Obviously, if we go on their property, we're in banging bother. But this bloke's going to knock me to the ground, isn't he?
But it's
That's
still,
why-
it's still the element of why you're videoing. Nobody that is
For the
looking
11th
at you-
time,
No.
we came to take a picture of the
Right,
tank.
if you let me finish, what I was going to say is prior to talking to you, nobody knows what you're doing. So it raises suspicion
Yeah.
because they don't know
And-
why it is you're videoing it.
We've got all the respect in the world for these guys, right? You know, they put a butt on the line for us, you know, to keep us safe as well. When we come up here and they come out as, I can't remember which guy it was. It wasn't this chap. You know, he starts barking orders at us, threatening to call the police, and then walks off. You know, how are we supposed to have a conversation with someone like that with respect?
Okay, but then
You know?
when me and my colleague have arrived, you've done the same thing. You've refused to comply or engage with us.
I don't have to comply, do I? I'm engaging with you. We actually waited here for you, so you didn't.
So you can't
So otherwise,
say
these guys are going to say, "Oh, look, they went up there." Then what you got to do? You
Run
got to
away
start
up that
running up
way.
there and chasing us around the town centre trying to find us.
So what are you getting photos of the tanks for?
Because it's a tank. I like tanks. It's not very rare you
just
see
having a
tanks
conversation with
during
you.
the, you know, in the
Having
middle
a
of
conversation
Maidstone.
with
There's a
you.
bloody great tank.
And what about at the BA or wherever you've been previously?
How about that?
We've been everywhere,
Been loads of places.
everywhere.
Are you from Maidstone?
I don't answer questions.
No, exactly. Don't answer questions without a solicitor present.
I'm not from Maidstone, no.
You're not from Maidstone. Okay.
Okay, we're done here now?
Not as yet.
No? Okay. So what crime do you suspect us of committing?
No, your behaviour is very, very suspicious. Okay.
Yeah, suspicion isn't a crime in this
No,
country.
no, that's
Thank
not a crime.
God.
No. However, because of my suspicions, I will be detaining you both. Stop and search you under the Terrorism Act. Okay.
You need what to do that under Terrorism Act?
I have reasonable belief.
No.
What do you need? What do you need to search someone under the Terrorism Act?
I believe that you might be.
A terrorist?
Yes.
You have to have
Yes,
reasonable.
I have
What's your
reasonable
reasonable?
belief.
What's your reasonable
Yes.
suspicion?
That we're a
Because
terrorist.
you're outside military bases taking photos of military vehicles and personnel that are leaving.
I
Here's a
suggest
high
you get
tuned.
your sergeant out here.
Yeah.
You are
'cause
being detained and you'll be searched.
Okay.
under the
Okay.
Terrorism Act, make
Under
sure.
the Terrorism Act.
Right. And what do you need? What do you
Yes.
need to search me under the Terrorism Act?
So
What do you need? What do you need to search me under the
Reasonable
terrorism?
belief.
No, you don't. You need the permission of a senior police officer.
I have spoken to my inspector, Inspector Stuart Paul,
And his number is?
100073
Okay.
from Maidstone LPT, and you will be detained and searched under the Terrorism Act. Okay.
Right. I'll be one.
Are you going to give me your details for a report?
No, we don't need to give him a report.
We'll just have the reference number for the search, and we'll go
Yeah.
from there before.
And we'll go. Yeah, we'll go around there. We'll go down to your station, FOIA request that, and get your body for camera. FOIA request that. Also, the 999 call that was made, we'll FOIA request that one as well.
Yeah. Can you...
Cab reference, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's fine.
Is it a 101 or a 999?
Major emergency. Oh no, there's a terrorist with a camera.
70.
Jokes.
Yeah, can I have the cab reference for this one, please?
Yeah, I've got collar numbers, yeah.
Alright, those will go for you anyway, so you've got
Yeah. We'll take your back and I'm
No, I've only got that one.
So what? That's one of the things I was going to do. That Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
So you're both independent, but do sometimes crew up together to get stories.
Yeah, well, we need to do, you know, in this day and age, you've got to have each other's backs because you get.
Yeah, this is the other
back
thing. I
in
mean, I don't
government.
know if I've seen tons of videos, photographers being harassed, and it's
Did you want
just
to be a
getting.
soldier?
Eh?
Did you want
I was a Marine
wouldn't
cadet,
dare.
actually. I was a Marine cadet, actually.
They told me I wasn't allowed.
But I didn't like the cold.
Too
That's my
dangerous with a
problem.
gun.
That makes sense.
Too stupid for a gun.
Eh? No, I've got a gun licence.
You got a gun,
Yeah,
right?
of course I have, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've got a gun licence.
So,
Cadets, and how come you didn't go any further with that?
what,
The Marine Cadets.
I didn't like the cold, unfortunately.
Stuck in Arctic.
Yeah, I'd be no good in the army, me. My hands would be blue in 10 minutes flat. I went on a couple of camps once, that was a really good day. Really enjoyed that. Did some live firing and stuff like that, that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, I don't think, I'm not exactly built for the army. You have to be a bit more like him.
So there's Fluke up there. We've just been stopped and searched under the Terrorist Act. Let's see if I can hold it still. Oh, and more dingleberries on patrol.
It's like with insults. If someone's not on your policy, then
Have your names and numbers,
as
please.
long as I'm not bashing him over the head. with a
Force
base-
number's written right there. Okay, that's all you're entitled to.
It's about
Okay.
And who might you be?
Sorry, I don't answer questions.
Okay, well you're asking for our name and
Yeah.
number, so perhaps you'd like to
You-
identify
you-
yourself.
No, I'm alright, thank you.
barking orders at us, you know, and then
We're just waiting for his unique reference number and then we'll be on his way.
And what are
Thank
you
you.
doing here?
Huh?
What are you doing
Sorry, I
here?
don't answer questions. I've already answered all the questions I'm going to do.
Okay, well I'm still going to ask them.
Okay.
No, but anyway, you know, it's
No
like
explanation of what you're doing here.
I've already explained myself to this young lady
So
and
that's
the
fine.
gentleman in the car that's writing up his report.
I was just asking you to
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
understand what's actually
At the
going
moment
on
it seems
here.
like you've got no
what
good
annoys me a little
reason
bit
for
is
being
the fact
here.
that I'm out filming in a public place.
You're both
Perfect.
at a
It's
military
my hobby.
site taking
It's
photographs
like
and videos.
Someone saying to me, "Oh,
you
I
not
saw
see
you
how
playing
that
golf
looks?
on the golf course." That's suspicious.
Okay, so
Do you know what I mean? It's
so
kind of
just for my own sort of education then. So if the guy, so you were obviously felt aggrieved with the way in the way in which the guy spoke to you. If he'd have come at that differently, you'd have taken your photographs and moved on. Okay, so why are you still here now then?
Because they said they were ringing the police.
The point is if you call the police and we bugger off, then they're going to think
no,
we're
I
up to no
understand.
good,
Yeah, no, I get
and then
that.
they come chasing
get
after.
that.
So that's why we're waiting, because it's the best thing to do in this scenario. Not doing anything anymore.
Shall
Not
we move?
Well, if we
Well,
can get all the information anyway.
We can go to the police station and get that, yeah? Right, are we being detained again?
Yeah, you're still detained at the minute, mate. We're running your search records. Like
That's
you
alright, we
guys.
don't need them, we'll go to the police station and get them.
No, you're still detained for the minute, guys.
Let me just check the battery on this GoPro. Alright, it's down to 1 bar.
So I've got more money.
I've got my spare with me. I've got the spare battery as well. I didn't realise I brought that.
Oh, for the thingy.
For the radio, yeah. I want to check it out.
Well, if it still does the same thing, then it's got to be the unit, not the battery.
It's not the unit, we swapped the unit out yesterday.
Using the other end of your radio.
Can you imagine if every time you went out in your car and you were driving down the motorway at 70 miles an hour, you got stopped by the police? Do you know what I mean? That's what it gets like when I'm out public taking pictures. Because it's not illegal.
That's why
if it was illegal, all the cameras would be banned, wouldn't they?
Surely you must understand where the suspicion arises from, especially in the current climate with all that's been going on recently.
And I'll reiterate what I said earlier.
There's
If it's
700 soldiers
legal,
at this regiment.
it can't be suspicious.
But okay,
It'd be like if we was on a
Okay.
golf course playing golf.
Yep.
Would you consider that suspicious?
it would depend on your behaviour, but then
Well, I'm
we
playing
could
golf on
turn
a golf
this
course.
as, you're saying, a
If I'm
public
taking
place.
photographs in a public space, it can't be suspicious because it's legal, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so if you were
If
taking
I was doing
photos
something
in
that
a
was
leisure
potentially
centre, for example, that's a
illegal-
public place, and there's children about, would you stipulate over
Well, I
photos?
don't go around filming children.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're saying that if you're in a
No,
public
because
place,
then I'd need the
taking
position
videos,
of the management of the leisure centre to be on their property taking pictures.
But it's deemed a public place, so some people might think it's okay
Well,
to take photos.
they might have a
there.
policy on their property that they don't want people taking photographs. And then if I'm on their property, I have to abide by their policy.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
just
same
trying to-
here.
I'm just
If
trying to-
these guys said to me, look, you can come on the base, but you can't take pictures of X, Y and Z, but you can take pictures of A, B and C, I have to abide by their policy. I know the rules on photography, trust me.
I'm not questioning the rules. I'm just seeing if
There's
I'm
only
understanding
one
where
thing
you're
I
coming
can't
from.
take pictures of, and that is indecent images of children. It's the only thing I'm not allowed to do. And I know, I've been doing this for 30 years, man. You got these colour numbers as well.
Yeah, sort of, yeah, it'd be better off you getting them through as well. Just double checking out got them.
Reg number.
You know, it's the thin blue line.
The desecrated flag. I'll have to look up the law on that actually. You know, they did it in the States, didn't they? There's a law that says you can't do anything to the American flag. Yeah? Good luck. All this because we didn't want to give our ID, which we don't have to give. All of this just because your butt hurt because you didn't get your way.
You haven't got anything to hide. Why would you not give your name?
Because you don't have to. This is the thing, they mention the word terrorism, right? Then my name gets logged under a shirts of terrorism, yeah? Next thing you know, I end up on the no-fly list. Yeah, that's why I don't give my details out.
But perhaps in that case, then,
Because that's the whole point of the law. The law is there to protect me. As long as I'm within the law, I don't have to give up anything. And that's the reason why.
This is England.
I could end up on a terrorist watch list, standing in a public place taking pictures. That's what I mean. It's insane.
Not happy with these stories. I'm arresting you both on suspicion of preparing acts of terrorism. You don't have to say anything. Don't make harm in defence. Don't mention no questions. Something later around in court. Anything you do say, maybe
False arrest, assault, battery.
Say half of that. Otherwise,
No.
that's it.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
Oh, nice. You got the front bit and I got the back bit.
Section 5 terrorism.
No comment.
Yeah, big time. Back in.
Okay, so the necessity for your arrest is to prevent harm being caused to other people, to enable prompt and effective investigation of those offences.
Yeah.
See, all this just for doing something that's legal. All this for doing something that's legal.
The suspicion is that it's
There's
not
no
illegal.
suspicion. It's not illegal. It's not illegal.
If you could give us a good reason as to why you were doing that.
We came up here to take a picture of that tank. They came out barking orders. They said they were phoning the police. We waited for you. End of story. That is where we are.
Right. I'm not happy with
Now,
that at the
because
moment.
they came out and said they called you, out of respect, we didn't walk off because we didn't want you chased. Because we didn't want you to chase us all around the town trying to find us. So that's why we stayed. We stayed out of respect. All right. This is what we get for staying.
I'm aware that
Do you want me to take that? I'll just pop it on the thingy on the seat because I don't want you to drop it, mate. It's
he's the reason that we're all here. All because of him coming out and being rude.
You can get arrested every day then, can't you?
Well, if you come out of us with a bit of civility, mate, we might not all be standing here. If you came out with a bit of decency...
You enjoy your 24 hours in the neck.
Oh, yeah.
24 hours. I'll be back straight out here again after 24 hours. This is England, it ain't Nazi Germany. Where are your papers?
Hi guys, just an ending for this video, just to save me typing it all out basically. At the point where the camera goes in the back of the car, we're in handcuffs and we stay in handcuffs for 2.5 hours while they run around like fucking idiots, making phone call after radio message after God knows what else. Eventually after 2.5 hours we were de-arrested, taken back to my car, and they searched the car. We videoed all of that as well, so I'll probably put that up at a later date or in the next few days or whatever. Eventually the sergeant turned up and the inspector, so we now had 6 police officers, 4 PCs, a sergeant and an inspector, and even between the lot of them they still couldn't, because there was nothing, they had nothing, it was as simple as that. But these people just feel like they have to, you know, use their authority whenever they want, you know, and, oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, after 2.5 hours in cuffs, yeah, they finally let us go. So we have FOIA requested all the information, the URN for the phone call, and the body cam footage, etc, etc. So that's already been done. Something else was going. Oh yeah, I shortened the video down because on my camcorder alone I had about 70 minutes worth of footage, and not all of it was the arrest, but you know, just you know, bits and pieces that we shot while we were there. So a lot of it wasn't really relevant. A lot of it was one of those circular conversations, you know, where is it legal? It's suspicious. Is it legal? It's suspicious kind of conversations. So a lot of that bullshit I've just taken out because you can't put a video up that's that long. It's just the basic nuts and bolts of the video is just to give you a bit of background. You can see we did a normal audit approach, you know, and the usual filming and stuff, and it is what it is. But right, I'll just put this on the end so that I don't have to type all that stuff out. So yeah, it is heavily edited, although I obviously have all the original footage and everything, so not a problem in that sense. But yeah, so just an easy way for you to keep updated on that. But it is what it is, and I'm planning at least another 3 audits in the next week or so. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on. All right, guys, take it easy, look after yourselves, stay safe.